Detective Pikachu is out and has scored over $54 million in the opening weekend. But it's been almost 2 weeks now, and as of May 27th, it has made up to more than $120 million in the US theaters alone. And coupled with international sales of $238 million, totaling its lifetime revenue of $358 million in 10 days. This is thanks to the nostalgia and love for Pokemons. So what are the Pokemon spotted in Detective Pikachu, and what are their sizes? Let's take a look. We start with Joltik climbing wires in the show, their size being 10 cm in height. Then comes Morlul, the grass/fairy Pokemon, at 20 cm. Ditto made a lot of impact in the movie, being sort of a villain's butler. Its height is 30 cm or 1 foot. Rattata, the rat Pokemon, also stands at 30 cm tall at the head. One of the first Pokemon to be seen is Cubone, and he is of the same height. Jigglypuff is seen putting off someone to sleep. It stands around 50 cm tall at the head. Pikachu is somehow a bit bigger in the movie, standing at 50 cm tall, excluding the ears. Rufflet is of the same size and is seen briefly in the arena. Squirtle is seen a couple of times and is also 50 cm in height. Trico makes it to the screen too and is of the same height as Squirtle if it is standing on its 2 feet. The fire Pokemon Charmander, a crowd favorite, stands at 60 cm tall. A bunch of Panchams are spotted along with Pangoro. Pancham is 60 cm tall or 2 feet. Growlithe is seen very briefly, but it can be measured to be around 70 cm tall at the shoulder. A pack of Bulbasaurs is seen leading Tim and Pikachu to Mewtwo. Each Bulbasaur stands at 71 cm at the top of the back. Psyduck, the telekinesis Pokemon, is a support character in the movie, and he is 80 cm tall. Ipom, also similar in size with Psyduck, is more or less the same height. Flareon was seen briefly, but it was magnificent, measuring at least 3 feet tall at the top of the ears. Then comes Magikarp, measuring 3 feet in length. Sneasel is also 3 feet in size, height not length. Loudred measured almost 1 meter tall. Pidgeotto was a little bit more than 1 meter in height. Lickitung was seen licking Tim inside a train, and he was 4 feet tall, or 120 centimeters. Kingler, seen briefly, was a bit taller than Lickitung, standing at 130 centimeters in height. Mr. Mime was also 130 centimeters tall, as seen in the hilarious interrogation scene. Gengar was battling Blastoise inside the arena, and he was almost 5 feet tall or 150 centimeters in height. Greninja was a bit taller than 5 feet, seen chasing our heroes out of the secret laboratory. Ludicolo is also 5 feet tall and kinda look like the creatures from Where the Wild Things Are. Blastoise and Bouffalant stood around 160 centimeters tall. Both Pokemon showed off their powers in the movie. Charizard, before battling Pikachu, was standing next to his trainer and was seen to be more than 170 centimeters tall. Dodrio and Machamp were a bit larger in the movies, with each Pokemon standing at 6 feet tall or a bit more than 180 centimeters. Arcanine was seen briefly in the background with his police partner, and he stood nearly 200 centimeters in height. There were 3 other Pokemon in the movie that were 2 meters or 6.6 feet in height, and they were Mewtwo, Slaking, and Venusaur. The Pokemons that hit the 7 feet mark or 210 centimeters tall were Pangoro and the blissfully sleeping Snorlax. The Torterra that were experimented on the labs all stood more than 220 centimeters tall. One of the largest bipedal Pokemon, Golub, was seen with his security personal partner, and he was easily 280 centimeters tall. The second largest Pokemon to feature in the movie was Gyarados, who evolved 20 seconds after being kicked by Pikachu in a hilarious scene. He measures 6.5 meters in length. The number 1 spot for the largest Pokemon in the movie goes to the giant mountain-sized Torterras, who were awakened and disturbed by Psyduck's psychic attack, meant to fend off the pack of Greninjas. These giant Torterras were the result of failed experiments. This takes us to the end of the list, and we hope you enjoyed it. Subscribe for more related videos and do hit the notification bell to receive regular and actual notifications.